Weather. What comes into your mind as you hear the word weather? In meteorology, it is the state of atmospheric conditions that comprises atmosphere in terms of temperature and wind, and clouds and precipitation. On the other hand, there is a process called weathering. Weathering is the disintegration and decomposition of rocks at or near the surface of the earth. It affects the rocks in place and no transport is involved. Well, there are types of weathering: the physical weathering and the chemical weathering. Let us define both.
First is the mechanical weathering. It is also known as physical weathering. It is the physical disintegration of a rock into smaller fragments, each with the same properties as the original. There's a change in shape, size, and texture of a rock so it doesn't affect the chemical composition of a rock. There are factors why this weathering process happens. The first factor is the temperature. Heat causes rock to expand and cooling results in contraction. Therefore, temperature causes the continuous and repeated expansion and contraction of rocks. Second is the ice wedging. Water expands when it freezes. When water goes inside the crack and when it freezes, it forms pressure that causes the expansion of the crack that may cause the breaking of rocks into smaller pieces. Third is the organic activity, where things happen naturally that causes some changes in rocks. For example, roots of plants or tree that passes through the rock. Fourth factor of physical weathering is caused by gravity. When rocks on higher places fall down, rock breaks into smaller fragments. Fifth is the abrasion. This process happens because of friction. For example, rocks that can be found under or even beside the river. Rocks that can be found on waterfalls. As the water flows continuously, some rough surfaces turns into soft textured rocks. That is abrasion. And the last factor is exfoliation. Exfoliation occurs as cracks develop parallel to the surface of a rock. This is a consequence of the reduction in pressure during erupt and erosion.
The other type of weathering is the chemical weathering. Chemical weathering is a process by which the internal structures of a mineral is altered by the additions or removal of elements. Change in phase and composition are due to the actions of chemical agents. Acid rain. Waters can also at the time become acid when it mixes with acidic decomposition in the atmosphere. These are created in the atmosphere as a consequence of that release oxides of nitrogen, sulfur, and carbon. The resultant acid water from the precipitations reacts with the rock's mineral particles, providing new minerals and salt that can readily dissolve the rock grains. The last factors why chemical weather happens is the oxidation. As the oxygen combines with iron minerals and sulfur minerals, there will be changes in the compositions of the rock. Eventually, new minerals will form. Pores and fissures are created in the rocks, thus enhancing the disintegration forces.
And that is all about weathering. Thanks for watching. Bye.
I got the magic in me. Every time I touch that track, it turns into gold.